Hi guys, so today I'm sitting in bed and I want to touch bases on the updated DSM-5 version of Abnormal Psychology and Clinical Perspectives and Psychological Disorders. This is the 7th edition, and so let's get into it. So here you will see this is 9.1 on dissociative disorders, and the reason I'm kind of holding it is so you can stop and pause and read if you care to. If you notice, they get in dissociative identity disorder and dissociative amnesia, and they give the definition here. Up here, you will have mini cases. Mini cases give basically a story about what the person is going through and what has happened. So basically kind of giving you an idea about it. Here you will see they give the definition of depersonalization, depersonalization/derealization disorder. And now you ask, why are these in with these? Well, because the two go together. Basically, these are symptoms that come with this said disorder. Now here you also see theories and treatment of dissociative disorders, and they talk about the definitions more in detail above that, about depersonalization, derealization, and the two together. So now here they actually give real stories of people that have had dissociative identity disorder, and you're welcome to pause and read the page. This is a celebrity who suffers from the disorder. And here's the upper part page for that. And then they talk about the clinicians, nevertheless, and all that. Now, what I really found interesting was this part of the book, because it talks about you be the judge, and it talks about in detail about some of the stories about the DSM-5, structure, clinical interviews, and things like that, prehistory, basically. What I really liked was this part here, which is the SCID-D-R. Now, this table here, this content, is actually based on, I do believe, a test that I have done every so many months, I think 3 to 6 months, where they test amnesia, depersonalization, derealization, identity confusion, and identity alteration. And again, you can stop and read these if you need to. These are another mini case about depersonalization and derealization. And again, as you can see, I was writing in the book and you know, I underlined to learn. This is a big part of DID, somatic symptoms, and it talks about what they are and the related disorders with it, and you're welcome to stop and read that. And also they get into the individuals with somatic symptom disorder suffer from physical ailments beyond those explained by a medical condition. And why am I talking about this so much? Well, with DID comes a lot of somatic issues, okay? And again, they talk about with the definition here, what somatic symptoms are, and even illness anxiety disorder, and conversion disorder, functional neurological symptom disorder. So there's the definitions for that. And up here, again, is a mini case about somatic symptom disorder and prominent pain. And I'd really like you to pause if you need to and read that. These are issues that I deal with in DID quite a bit, as somatic symptoms, especially when you are triggered or in an alternative state. Your body will automatically react in the way it had at the time of the abuse. So now in this part here, they actually talk about factitious disorder. And in here you have up here conversion disorder and sensory loss. Another story you can pause and read if you wish. And again, you have conditions related to somatic symptom disorders. And if you notice, part of that can be malingering, faking a disorder. In factitious disorder imposed on self, and it gives that definition there if you want to read that. And also on the side of that is at the explanations of those issues, and basically talking about why a person does malingering. And here is another mini case about illness anxiety disorder, care seeking, and you're welcome to pause and read that. And again, the secondary gain of why a person would fake. And we have here theories and treatment of somatic symptom and related disorders. And if you notice, they're all in the same category here, the same chapter that goes with dissociative disorders, because these are symptoms that you deal with. And last in the part of this chapter, you have health anxiety, worry and physical symptoms and illness. Medical settings can be a source of significant anxiety for individuals, and I actually deal with this quite a bit, the anxiety of that. And you're welcome to read this section here. It's about a lot of that and cognitive behavioral therapists and what they do. And there's a little picture here. And last, you have this part here, which talks more about the malingering and fictitious disorder part. And then here, you have what's new in the DSM-5 about somatic symptoms and related disorders, and you're welcome to pause and read there. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. It's a really good book. It's quite thick. I've got a lot to go through yet, and as you can see, I've been working on this quite a bit. It gives me knowledge. So I hope you found this video useful, and you're more than welcome to stop and pause and read and clip, to help yourself, to educate yourself or your therapist or mental health care professional. There's a lot of things in this book that are very useful, and with this disorder comes a lot of ailments that you have to get over, right down to dealing with having reconstructive surgeries because of being abused at such a young age. That can be very traumatic. It can be very triggering. A lot of people worry, how am I going to do that? How am I going to fix that? Can my therapist help me with that? Blah, blah, blah. And that's where a lot of work comes into dealing with this condition and literally investigating your own story and figuring out, okay, why do my alternative states or age regress states act this way? What can I do to stop the somatic symptoms or make it easier for them? And that's where your therapist comes in and helps you with a lot of that, with DBT, CBT, EFT, DNMS, EMDR. These are all helpful strategies that a therapist or psychologist can use to help you maintain control over the disorder to a point. Bilateral stimulation can also be useful, which is sounds that can go back and forth in each ear. You can use the hand tools that vibrate back and forth, basically to bring that anxiety down, to help you maintain and focus on the task at hand, such as viewing trauma or vice versa. So that is all I have today. As you notice, this wasn't edited much, and because I'm sitting in bed, I'm dealing with my own somatic symptoms and health issues that are of concern over the years. I deal with a lot of fibromyalgia, degenerative disease, DIBS, things like that I have to focus on and take time and breaks from when they flare up. So that's pretty much it, and I hope you found this useful, and you're welcome to share this with your mental health care professional anytime you need to. Loves. Bye.